Welcome to Next Gen Parenting. If you're looking for practical child psychology insights, you're in exactly the right place. Picture this. 1 minute, your kids are playing beautifully together. The next, they're arguing over a toy, a seat, or honestly, something so small you can't even figure out how it started. Sound familiar? Look, if you're a parent of more than one child, sibling rivalry is probably one of your biggest, most exhausting daily challenges. It kind of feels like a full-time referee job, right? But here is the surprising truth we're unpacking in today's explainer. Sibling rivalry is entirely normal. It doesn't mean you're failing, and it definitely doesn't mean your kids dislike each other. Today, we're going to explore what sibling rivalry really is, the root causes behind it, common parenting mistakes we all make, proven strategies to fix it, and the hidden benefits of all this bickering. Let's dive in. All right, Section 1. What exactly is sibling rivalry? At its core, sibling rivalry is the competition, jealousy, and everyday arguments between brothers and sisters. According to the SARII initiative, that's the Sibling Aggression and Abuse Research and Advocacy Initiative, rivalry is just a natural competitive process. Almost every family on Earth experiences it. The goal here isn't to eliminate every single disagreement. That's impossible. The goal is to teach children how to handle these conflicts in healthy ways as they compete for your attention, build their unique identities, and, protest when they feel things are unfair. But we really need to make a crucial distinction here. Normal rivalry versus sibling aggression. Normal rivalry, it does not include the intent to physically or mentally harm a brother or sister. Aggression, though, involves intentional behaviors. We're talking purposefully hitting, bullying, or persistent belittling just to cause pain. While rivalry is a messy, normal part of growing up, aggression is harmful and requires immediate intervention.
Moving on to Section 2, the root causes. Why do siblings actually fight?
No, children naturally compete for limited resources. And everything. Physical space, gadgets, and especially your attention. When a new sibling arrives, a lot of kids silently panic, wondering, wait, will mom and dad love me less? Even if you love them equally, they might not feel it. Add in fights over tangible things, changing developmental needs, like a toddler hoarding blocks while a teenager demands privacy, and clashing personalities, like a super calm kid sharing a room with a whirling of energy. Put all that under one roof, and friction is basically guaranteed.
Now, check out this absolutely mind-blowing statistic. Behavioral geneticists have found that siblings raised together in the exact same family only share about 5% of their personality variance due to their shared environment. Literally 5%. That means brothers and sisters are often as different in personality as two random strangers on the street. Why? Because the family isn't just one single environment, it's a collection of microenvironments, and every single child experiences it completely differently.
Evolutionary biologist Frank Sulloway explains this perfectly through a concept called niche partitioning. Think of it like this. Firstborns often try to win their parents' favor by acting as little surrogate parents themselves, so they end up more conscientious and respectful of rules. But then laterborns arrive, and that responsible niche is already taken. So what do? They become explorers. They're often more extroverted, agreeable, and unconventional. They literally compete by deliberately being different from each other.
This brings us to a massive trigger: fairness versus equality. Kids are constantly keeping score, watching for fairness. But here's the catch. Equal treatment isn't always fair. A younger child might need a lot more hands-on help tying their shoes, while an older child earns more freedom, like a later bedtime. Children just don't automatically grasp this nuance. As a parent, taking a moment to clearly explain your decisions helps them understand why things might look unequal, but are actually completely fair based on what they individually need.
Okay, Section 3, common parenting mistakes. Let's look at the traps we want to avoid.
Mistake number 1, jumping right in and taking sides. Dr. Lori Kramer's research shows that kids often try to triangulate us, tattling or crying to pull us into their struggle and get the other one in trouble. If you take sides, you stop them from feeling equally heard, and you run the risk of making one child feel like the other is the constant favorite.
Mistake number 2 is forcing automatic apologies. We've all been there. Tell your brother you're sorry right now. But listen, while forcing a quick sorry might shut down the noise for a second, real conflict resolution matters so much more than a fake apology. Forcing it completely bypasses the actual work of teaching your kids how to understand each other's feelings and solve the real problem.
And mistake number 3, labeling and comparing your children. Saying things like, why can't you be more like your sister, or boxing them into rigid roles like the difficult one, the smart one, or the naughty one. As Dr. Megan Gilligan's research highlights, labels create a toxic dynamic of constant one-upmanship that can last well into adulthood. It absolutely damages their relationship and their self-esteem. Remember, only compare a child to their own past progress, never, ever to their sibling.
So, let's get into Section 4, conflict resolution strategies. How do we actually handle this? When a fight inevitably breaks out, your first move should simply be stepping in to separate them until they cool off. Don't play the judge. Don't try to figure out who started it. It takes two to tangle anyway. Instead of fixing it for them, just ask, how can you both solve this fairly? This coaches them toward a win-win solution and actually builds their own problem-solving muscles. You can also prevent these fights before they even start by building a few daily habits. Spend just 10 to 15 minutes of uninterrupted one-on-one time with each child every day. Also, encourage teamwork. I love this example. When consumer advocate Rolf Nader was growing up, he and his 3 siblings divided a globe of the world into 4 sections. Each child became an absolute expert in the history and language of their own region. They pooled their knowledge together as a team instead of competing. Try to find ways for your kids to shine in their own unique niches.
Finally, Section 5, the hidden benefits of conflict. Believe it or not, there's a massive silver lining here.
We really need to reframe how we look at all this bickering. As Dr. Lori Kramer puts it, sibling relationships are natural contexts for learning about the world of emotion. Because siblings are kind of stuck with each other, they can't just walk away from the relationship like they could with a friend at the playground. Their conflict is actually a relatively safe laboratory for psychological and emotional development. Through all these messy, loud interactions, your kids are actively building critical real-world skills. They're learning empathy by seeing firsthand how their actions affect someone else. They're learning negotiation, how to compromise, patience, and how to assert their own boundaries. When you handle it properly as a parent, sibling rivalry is literally preparing your children for every real-world relationship they'll ever have. So here's a powerful reminder for you. The goal isn't to raise children who never disagree. The goal is to raise children who know how to disagree respectfully. Seriously, many siblings who fight like cats and dogs today end up becoming each other's lifelong best friends and biggest support system tomorrow. With a little patience, fairness, and guidance, you are laying the foundation for a relationship that can last a lifetime. So the next time an argument breaks out in your living room, ask yourself, am I just trying to stop the noise, or am I teaching them a skill they're going to use for the rest of their lives? We would absolutely love to hear from you on this. Share your funniest, or maybe most frustrating, sibling rivalry story in the comments below. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Together, let's raise kind, confident, and emotionally healthy kids. Welcome to Next Gen Parenting, and I'll see you next time.